Hello, my people. Lady Rose here. How y'all guys doing? Happy Tuesday to y'all. Yes, guys, on this channel here, we do expose anti-black racism against Meghan Markle by the UK media. Yes, to all my new subscribers, you're welcome. And my returning subscribers, you all know I love you. Yes, guys, let's go straight into this. You know, I don't really sit around here, do lots of long presentations. So, yeah, I'm Lady Rose for those ones who do not know who I am. Yes, guys. So we are still celebrating the month where Duchess of Sussex and Prince Harry tied the knot. Yeah, it's still their wedding anniversary, guys. So let's celebrate them. I got a little tiny voice here. I want y'all guys to hear what Prince Harry has to say about his beautiful wife walking down the aisle. Yeah, let's celebrate Harry and Meghan.
Smooth the front of my household cavalry uniform, watched Meg floating towards me. As Meg came nearer and nearer, I was giving thanks for all my choices. Amazing that I could even hear the music over the sound of my own heartbeat as Meg stepped up, took my hand. The present dissolved. The past came rushing back. Our first tentative messages on Instagram, our first meeting at Soho House, our first roast chicken, our first flights back and forth across the Atlantic. The first time I told her, I love you. Hearing her say it back. Guy in splints. Steve the grumpy swan. The brutal fight to keep her safe from the press. And now here we were. The finishing line. The starting line. For the last few months, not much had gone according to plan. But I reminded myself that none of that was the plan. This was the plan. This. Love. I stood at the altar, smooth the front of my household cavalry uniform, watched
Yeah,
Meg
did
float.
y'all hear that? The plan was love. That's why all the tabloids are fighting. Because you know why? The tabloids are miserable. Yeah, most of them are in unhappy marriage. They are in unhappy marriages. You know what you do when you are in unhappy marriage? You leave. That's what it is. If you are in unhappy marriage, you divorce. That other neighbor, Bulliam. I heard Bulliam's wife came out. Apparently left some message for their friends to never call her Kate anymore. So she want to be called Catherine. All this while here, the entire world was calling her Kate. Why she never objected before. It just came right now here when everybody's wondering where she's at. So, you know, Willie Leaks, instead of fighting your brother, you need to learn how to love your wife. You know, there are allegedly Stephen Colbert. Yeah, the dude said like something is happening there with Rose Hanbury. All those are allegedly. So don't hold me accountable for anything here. I'm also learning everything on the media here. So brother, instead of sitting down there hating on your brother, you know what you do? You learn how to copy the good that your brother does. He knows how to love his wife. He loves Meghan into pieces. So all of y'all guys won't succeed to separate those two. Few weeks ago, I read, I definitely did even play the video around here. There was one guy from the tabloid media. He went to California to spy on Harry and Meghan. According to him, Harry was sleeping in the living room and in that mansion. I mean, those people have a big home. Why would Harry sleep in the living room? And if he was sleeping in the living room, who was the person in their house who was leaking all those news to y'all guys? Y'all guys got to try to break these two up. Guess what? You won't succeed. You know, when people sit down there and fight any kind of couple out here, the people who love each other, when the world fights those people, it brings them closer together. You are actually doing them service. And remember, Meghan is of Nigerian descent. Meghan went to Nigeria and met a bunch of aunties there. This marriage is never gonna be broken, never. Because guess what our aunties do? They're gonna call you. Listen, Meghan, you my daughter. You are my daughter. We do not do this one here. We do not wash dirty linen in the public. Respect your husband. If whatever happens, we don't break up because of stuff like that. Little tiny thing, we can sit down there and fix them and raise the children. I'm just saying, she got Nigerian aunties. Yep. She got us too. She been listening. Yeah, Meghan Markle, just like drop some message here. Tell people that you're listening what I'm talking about here. Yeah, we encourage you. Do not bring the dirty linen in public. Do not do what the other house people are doing there. Bringing all their dirty linen to wash on the social media. We don't do that. The world hates you. Guess what? You show them how close you are together. Show them how your husband loves the black one. Left all the white ones with their whiteness. And hanging around with you. With your beautiful babies. Which all of them want to have, but guess what? They ain't going to get that luck. You know this melanin? You know, lots of people can't really buy melanin. Some people actually buy cream to lighten them skin. Have you ever seen lots of black people sitting down there in the moon trying to lighten up? No. But you see, you guys, the tabloids, y'all go out there in the sun, sit down in the sun outside because you want to get a little bit of tan on you. Melanin is expensive, brother. Guys, in this little video here, Piers Morgan is asking a black man, older black man, if Britain was a racist. And I want you guys to hear his response. He's like a
There's a lot to unpack here. So, Trevor, you are probably the most qualified man in the country to unpack it with me. So let me just start with that simple question. Is Britain a racist country?
Well, as much as it pains me to agree with you about anything, Piers, I think actually I reach the same conclusion as you do. When you ask the question, is Britain a racist country, the first thing is to ask, compared to what? Compared to the days when my parents came here with their then 9 children. I was the 10th born here. And when my father said that he would have to walk the streets at night looking for somewhere to sleep, or when we lived in 2 rooms, no chance of black people getting council houses then, because council tenants wouldn't have us on the estates. So we lived in rack.
There's a lot to unpack here.
So that guy's name is Sir Trevor. Yeah, apparently he came, they traveled, they came, they moved to, his parents moved to Britain when he was not born yet, but the parents had 9 kids, and he was born actually in the UK, so he was the 10th kid. So their parents couldn't even get welfare. You know, they couldn't even get like a public housing because of their race. They couldn't find where to sleep. So I like what he says. Like, you asking Britain is a racist country compared to what? Britain came up with racism. Britain did put around the category of people. Pick and choose who is a valuable human being and who's not a human being. The Britain did put the classes of people. The low class citizen, the upper class citizen, the non-human citizens. You know? So you want to ask me if Britain is a racist compared to what? I like that question. I don't know. Y'all guys drop your comments below here because we need to talk about this. I like what his short answer. He was very straightforward. That's what these tabloids want to hear. These racists. They are in denial. They just don't know what racism is, because they just know this is my position. I do not like the people of other race. And that's how I have to carry myself. And whatever I say, it's okay. Because I own it and I don't like them. I don't consider them human. All these P.S. Morgan people have low self-esteem. Like he's really worried about it. Harry and Meghan's popularity here. What the TMZ guy, Harvey Levin, has to say.
Harry and Meghan are in the upswing because what I'm hearing is people saying, well, Meghan was right. It's impossible being a member of that family. And people who think that Kate might have had some kind of a nervous breakdown, they're looking at what happened to Meghan. They're looking at what happened to Diana. And they're saying, yeah, it's impossible to live in that family. Meghan and Harry may be right. So in a way, I think in terms of their status, in terms of PR in America, it's gone up as a result of this.
How interesting, because over here all the polls are, they're getting more and more unpopular.
Yeah.
Like they're getting more unpopular in the UK. Who cares? They don't live in the UK. They don't even need to be popular in the UK. Guess what? Meghan Markle was born in the United States of America, in California. She ain't no English girl. She ain't no from London. Leave her alone. She doesn't even want to be popular there. Guess what? She came to London. She traveled through the Heathrow airport to go to Nigeria. Guess what she did? She stayed in VIP room. Did not even get out of her little VIP room sipping champagne. That's what she was doing there. She doesn't want to be popular in your country. She doesn't really care about that little tiny island there. This is the United States of America with 50 states. That's where she want to be popular. She is our actress from Hollywood. She doesn't need no popularity in that boring little tiny island with a bunch of racists who all look the same. And they all look the same and miserable. Look at the tabloids. The tabloids business is just a painful business. We have this brother here from England. I'm gonna play his segment so y'all guys could hear. The English people are really understanding these people. They are bullies and racists. Meghan doesn't want to be popular. No. Yes, you heard me right. Let's play this here. So yeah, let's listen to this wonderful white man around here.
Here's the bottom line. Harry and Meghan have become hate figures for much of Britain, never mind the British media, for two reasons. The first is James Baldwin's timeless quote. I imagine one of the reasons people cling to their hate so stubbornly is because they sense once hate is gone, they will be forced to deal with pain. And the second reason is that they gave the finger to Fleet Street. And Fleet Street won't accept that. I sometimes wonder whether, if my old man hadn't been made redundant by the Daily Telegraph, I would have been one of the people leading the line of attack on these two. Because when you've got Fleet Street in your blood, when you've got ink in your blood, any attempt to lead your life as if we're not in charge is greeted with absolute fury. Look at what happens if you dare to stand up to the British tabloid media. They will kick you round the room until you're bruised and bloodied, and quite possibly, in the case of the Duchess of Sussex, of course, contemplating the worst possible way out of that level of abuse and unkindness. And yet they carried on. They refused to buckle. They tried to play by the rules. They sought the kind of deal that royals have been securing through the ages in their dealings with Fleet Street. They tried to get a kind of a hiatus, a reprieve, a ceasefire, but they didn't. They didn't get it. The palace, for good or for ill, did not come in on behalf of Prince Harry and his wife and demand that the vampires of Fleet Street stop sucking their blood every morning. So they decided to do everything their own way. They decided to rewrite their own rule book and live entirely by that. They decided that they would not dance to anybody's tune but their own. They are not perfect. They are not infallible. Some of the stuff they do is a little bit silly, but my goodness me, they're brave. Imagine that. Imagine growing up in that goldfish bowl and deciding that you're going to smash the glass and see whether or not you can survive. That's what they can never be forgiven for. And nobody understands this better than the Fleet Street machine that needs the royal family just as much as the royal family needs the Fleet Street machine. That relationship is not parasitic, as I used to think. It's symbiotic. There are lines that will never be crossed. And if the unexpected or the unprecedented happens, then the reaction will be negotiated. How can we possibly live in a land where the late Queen's second son, Andrew Windsor, is treated more gently and more quietly, calmly, insert whatever adverb you prefer, than her youngest grandson? Or rather, the King's youngest son, the current King's youngest son. How can we possibly...
Just imagine Prince Peter being treated better than Harry and Meghan. Harry and Meghan did nothing to these people. Nothing. Only thing Harry did was to marry out of his race, marrying a black woman that the monarchy does not consider as being human enough. Mixing the blood with black blood. That's how these people took their gloves off. This one here is a white man. He is the one dissecting all this one. It's a little bit a longer video. So let's hear him out. There are people out there who are really perceiving everything that tabloid does as racism. Except the racists do not see the act of British media towards Meghan Markle as racist. You know, it's really painful. But I'm hoping, I'm not in the UK, so I can't really tell what you guys people think about. If I was there, guess what? I would take my mic and walk through the streets or around the supermarket and ask people questions about Harry and Meghan. So I could also make up my mind to say that the English people themselves also do not like Harry and Meghan. But this brother here corroborates that. He says, yes, even the English people do not like Harry and Meghan. And you know why those people are believing in that? Because I tell people, this television, it says itself. The word says tell the vision. So it's telling you vision something. So some people who just refuse to be creative or to think out of their box, they just refuse to think out of the box. Guess what they sit down there and say? Guess what? It was said on CBS News. It's the truth. It was on CNN. Guess what? It's the truth. It was on a GB, Great Britain something. It's the truth. It was a Good Morning USA or Good Morning Britain. It's the truth. People, y'all need to sit down there and think for yourselves. Do not sit down there hate on people because of their position, because of their race, because of their social status, because of their disability, because of whatever. Do not discriminate against humans. That's not what we do here anymore. It used to happen back then, but it's over. This is 2024, people. Wash your brains. The brain that is being washed by the UK tabloid media, y'all need to change your minds. Because you are just bringing bad karma around your children. You are actually calling karma to visit you guys' homes. Ask the Middletons, where are they right now? It came was that in 2020? The news first came, says Kate Middleton's parents' 18-acre land was being used to farm for marijuana. And that went under the rug. And a couple of years ago, we started hearing bunch of stuff. This one was last year. The first thing came, apparently, allegedly, it's not me saying it. It came on you guys' media. Check the Telegram, check Daily Mail, check all those ones. You're going to find the articles about the Middleton's anchor being used to farm for marijuana, which nobody knows until today. And then they came up. Kate was hanging out with Prince Andrew on Epstein's something there, allegedly. It's not coming from me. Check the media. Check one of those tabloids. And then after that it came, Kate Middleton was also hanging around that guy, that billionaire from England. What's his name? Drop his name here below. All that one. After that one, we saw Carol Middleton and Michael Middleton. They went bankrupt. The party pieces were bankrupt. Yeah, guys, you know what? Bad karma does come to people. So the party pieces were bankrupt. Apparently, they own people some $2 million. It was here on the media. Go check them out. Do not hold me accountable here, guys. It's not coming from me. It's allegedly on the media. Y'all go there and research. Do your own research, okay? So, yeah. So, apparently, the party pieces were bankrupt. They owned some people $2 million. And then owned $200,000 to some creditors. Like the very cheap one, low, whatever. Okay? So all this is coming out of karma. Because you know what? The way this lady bullied Meghan Markle. You know? Where did that bullying end up right now? Do not bring bad karma to your children. Do not bring that bad karma. Karma is real, people. I wonder where the Middletons right now, they're biting them fingers. So do not hate on people. Do not hate on human beings. That's a little lesson for y'all guys there. The haters. Learn. Yeah. Let's continue with this wonderful man here called James O'Brien on LBC News.
And the British media for two reasons. King's youngest son, the current King's youngest son. How can we possibly live in a land where Andrew Windsor is talked of in the same breath as Prince Harry? Think about that for a minute. That's been done because of a deal, whether implicit or explicit, between the royal family and the Fourth Estate, the media, the newspapers. You can keep your access, you can come on your tours, we'll answer your questions. But the other lad, he's out of favour now. And his wife, open season. You can do whatever the hell you want with her. You can write what you want, you can say what you want, you can print what you want, you can broadcast whatever you want about her. I know what you're thinking. Didn't exactly end well, where we gave you the same free pass on Harry's mum. But hey-ho, the world has turned. That memory has faded a bit. So open season on Meghan Markle. Write what you want, say what you want, do what you want. So they did. And they continue to do so, which is why even today, the front pages of every newspaper are somehow turning. The fact that they are more interesting than his brother and sister-in-law into something of which they are guilty. Netflix trailer steals the spotlight from Wales's. It's absolutely pathetic. Breathtakingly pathetic, actually, that the machine, the war machine of Fleet Street is now so devoid of justification for its bile that they're claiming the release date of a Netflix film is a declaration of war. And you know what? I hope it is. I hope it is, because if my wife had been treated like his wife has been treated, all bets would be off. If I had gone to my brother and asked him to help me protect my wife from the kind of abuse that Meghan Markle has been exposed to, and that abuse seeps from mainstream media to social media and drips into every corner of Twitter and Facebook and Instagram and TikTok, and my brother had turned around to me and said, yeah, well, there it is. I'd be declaring war. If this was 400 years ago, I'd be raising a flag on Hounslow Heath and contemplating a coup for the crown. But those days are over. The prize today is just PR. The prize today is public image. And here, finally, is the question. It's just envy, isn't it? The whole point of the attacks upon Prince Harry and his wife, whether they're coming from with...
Yeah, all that is coming from a white man. From one of the English media too. Guess what? The guy really made sense. he made sense more than everyone I've seen around that England for maybe 100 years. You know?
Deal. Here's the bottom line. From the kind of abuse that Meghan Markle has been exposed to, and that abuse seeps from mainstream media to social media and drips into every corner of Twitter and Facebook and Instagram and TikTok. And my brother had turned around to me and said, yeah, well, there it is. So I'd be declaring war. If this was 400 years ago, I'd be raising a flag on Hounslow Heath and contemplating a coup for the crown. But those days are over. The prize today is just PR. The prize today is public image. And here, finally, is the question. It's just envy, isn't it? The whole point of the attacks upon Prince Harry and his wife, whether they're coming from within the palace, on the record, off the record, nowhere near the record, or whether it's coming from Fleet Street, is because they're simply better at everything. They're better at PR, they're more media savvy, they're more articulate, they're more empathetic. Crucially, they're more accomplished. Look at their careers, compare their careers. They're more accomplished and they're more attractive. So here is the real sin of Harry Windsor, and this only occurred to me last night. It's box fresh. I'm going to throw open the phone lines and you can kick it to pieces if you want on 0345 6060973. But the real reason for the hatred, the viciousness, and this astonishing level of abuse is because they make a complete mockery of royalty itself. The idea that he gets the top job and he sits in the sidecar for the rest of his life is absolutely absurd. But we can never ever admit that because it shakes the very foundations of the royal family. So, do you think that the real reason why Prince Harry and his wife have been turned into public enemies numbers 1 and 2 in this country is because...
Well, guess what, James? I'm going to give you a quick answer. You know the reason why Prince Harry and Meghan have turned into enemy, the English tabloid enemy number 1 and 2? It's one, Meghan Markle is a black woman, okay? And number 2, Meghan Markle is a much more smarter than all the women they've seen in that family. Just my words. Do your own research. Look at those wives. Research them. Watch their videos. And come back here. You're going to tell me if I'm not right. And number 3, that lady is a very attractive. All of them women out there, they want to be her. You know? Yeah. Look at them side by side. Look at the femininity in Meghan Markle. Look at how she talks. Look at her smile. And she has a good heart. That's what is pissing them off. Very intelligent, smart, career-oriented. She is all those. They never really had those kind of women in that family before. They weren't, they Wadey Katie kind of. You know? So they found a very opinionated black woman. They didn't like that because, you know what? They don't like her race. You know? The thing that they do accuse Meghan of, all of those women there did it. All of them. All of them are divorced. Including the escort lady. She's divorced. The king himself, divorced, was cheating on Princess Diana. Allegedly. There are articles. We were little, you and myself were little when all those stuff were happening. But guess what? I did research. Do your own research about it. This king is a divorcee himself. He's a divorced guy. Why do you just call Meghan a divorcee? I don't even know if that's even a word for a man who's divorced. I don't know, but whatever. It is what it is. You know? That woman you guys call king, Camilla. I don't even know why people even call her a queen, I mean. Did I say king? But whatever. Whose queen is that person? That is a mistress. That person was a mistress. What are you children learning from Camilla? guys whitewashed Camilla and everyone else. Sarah Ferguson, divorced Prince Andrew, still has her title, the Duchess of York. Here you are fighting. So here the tabloids are fighting Meghan Markle's Duchess title. But guess what? Harry said that title of Duchess of Sussex was bestowed by his grandmother. Let me look for that a little voice here so y'all guys could hear. It wasn't given by this king here. He has nothing to do with this title. He can't take the title that he did not give to Harry. Or maybe he can. I don't know how you guys' constitution works, but take that damn title. That title doesn't do anything to these people. We love them no matter what. We don't even care about you guys' title. That title stinks. Meghan is the princess of Nigeria, bestowed by 4 kings. What else do you guys need? Yeah, to answer all this one here, y'all need to go watch one video I made a few weeks ago here with the title The Double Standard. Yeah. The people in the royal UK royal family are not holly. They all have dark side, especially the king with his wife. But nobody's trashing them. They bought the right to the UK media, so they control the narratives. You all heard it from one of the tabloid ladies. She came here and blew the whistle. She told y'all guys how the Kensington Palace does control the narratives about Meghan Markle. It's not coming from me. It's coming from one of those ladies. Allegedly, she said it. Watch my other video that I did make about that. And you're going to hear the lady's voice there. She's not new. She's not a new person who just kind of merged from under the water. No, she was in that box there until she saw the thing getting so ugly. She did not want to continue to smear Meghan Markle and Harry for nothing. Because the Kensington Palace people do not like him. And mostly William. And William with his wife. The one who's missing right now. Well, we know people do get sick. Guess what? The king got sick. You guys king, whatever you call him, Charles. The dude got sick. The guy is almost 80 years old. He bounced back. He's out here traveling, going upside and down to his engagement. And you're going to tell me like a 40-year-old woman is unable to get out of there to make some quick video or just walk around and do something because they were diagnosed with big C? We have had people with big C in our families. We know how that even works. And I wonder if that guy, you guys, Charlie, even had a big C, because you know that dude did not even lose one piece of his hair. In my head, he had facelift because that dude came out of there looking all young. You know, nowadays when you look at some older people looking that young, it means they did have them face pulled so they could look like me. Yeah, I'm gonna sit here forever because you know this thing, it really affects me seeing what Meghan has to go through because she loved a man, decided to get married
Part
to.
of this job and part of any job, like everybody, means putting on a brave face and turning a cheek to a lot of the stuff. But again, for me and for my wife, you know, of course there's a lot of stuff that hurts, especially when the majority of it is untrue. But all we need to do is focus on being real and focus on being the people that we are, and standing up for what we believe in. I will I will not be bullied into playing a game that killed my mum.
All right, family, I do not want to keep you any longer around here, so I'm going to come back again tomorrow. So y'all are going to have a great Tuesday, and I love y'all. You take care. Please subscribe to Isabella Banks' channel, and subscribe to my channel and all the other Sussex-friendly channels. I love y'all. Bye-bye.